Hello viewers, welcome back. In this short video, I am going to discuss the close relation between the past simple tense and the past perfect tense. Such sentences are very well known to you, and school students are often asked to transform one into the other. And either of the sentences is a complex sentence with a subordinate adverbial clause. One action happened just after the other. In such situations, we use these patterns either as soon as or no sooner with than. In this sentence, soon, the adverb soon is in the positive degree, and in this sentence, it is in the comparative degree. Notice that the two sentences mean exactly the same, but in the first sentence, the action of the verb that happened earlier is in the past simple tense, and in this sentence, the same action is mentioned by using the past perfect tense had ceased. And in either case, the action that happened later is mentioned in the past simple tense. It has no exception, but in case of the first action, we can use the past simple tense and the past perfect tense under certain conditions. Now, the question is, we know that when an action happened in the past before some of the actions, as we see here, we use the past perfect tense for the first one, as we have done here. But in case of a sentence that contains as soon as, we often, most commonly, use the past simple tense. Now the question is, we can also use the past perfect tense to mention an action that happened earlier in a sentence that contains as soon as. So we can recast the sentence as soon as the rain ceased. The rain had ceased. She stepped out. As soon as the rain had ceased, she stepped out. And similarly, we can use the past simple tense in a sentence to mention the earlier action, a sentence that contains no sooner and than. To be. No sooner did the rain cease then she stepped out. No sooner did the rain cease than she stepped out. Sentence to A is in the past perfect tense. Sentence to B is in the past simple tense. The main clause, the action that happened first. Did cease is past simple tense active voice. Now notice another thing, that in sentence to A and to B, the helping verb had here because this sentence is in the past perfect tense, and did here because this sentence is in the past simple tense. The helping verb is placed before the subject. In either sentence, the subject is the rain. This is called inversion. And we usually use the inversion to make questions or interrogative sentences. But in declarative sentences too, we can use the inversion to lay extra emphasis on the verb. So this inversion is used here in either sentence to lay emphasis on the verb. But we can make the sentences without the inversion. So we can also say, the rain had no sooner ceased. Then she stepped out. The rain had no sooner ceased than she stepped out. This sentence is in the past perfect tense. We can also make the sentence without inversion in the past simple tense. The rain no sooner ceased than she stepped out. The rain no sooner ceased than she stepped out. All the 6 sentences are correct and they carry exactly the same meaning, only the emphasis shifts. But in common use, in common practice, the past simple tense is most widely used in sentences containing as soon as, and the past perfect tense is most widely used in sentences containing no sooner and then. To state such situations, we can also use adverbs like hardly, scarcely, or barely. And then we cannot use the conjunction then because it is used with the comparative degree of the adverb soon, that is sooner. We then have to use either when or before. So we can say hardly had the rain ceased. When or before she stepped out, hardly had the rain ceased when she stepped out. We can make the sentence in the past simple tense too. Hardly did the rain cease when she stepped out. We can also make sentences with any of the adverbs without inversion. The rain had hardly ceased when she stepped out, etc. These are very important points of grammar and you should remember them and use them wherever possible. We have the choice to use either the past simple tense or the past perfect tense when we use after or before as the conjunction in such sentences. We reached the station after the train had departed. We reached the station after the train had departed. We can also use the past simple tense, yeah. We reached the station after the train departed. We can use before as a conjunction. The train had departed before we reached the station. The train departed before we reached the station. The train had departed before we reached the station. The train departed before we reached the station. So these are the situations, some of the situations where we have the choice to use either the past simple tense or the past perfect tense without changing without disturbing the meaning. There are some other such situations which I will discuss later in a separate video. And for today, this is all about grammar. Thank you for watching.